Hey guys, happy Halloween! Almost, anyway. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to use this little Bride of Frankenstein here. I adore her. She is from, where? She is from Stampingbella. And I love that it says, every scar we have makes us who we are. So I feel like it's not just for Halloween. It's just like, yes, people, yes. So, sometimes we got to go through a lot of poo in life, but you know, kind of makes us who we are, and hopefully in the end we're better for it. So what I did, I went ahead and through the power of YouTube, I went ahead and pre-cut this because it takes a pretty good while to get through all these little details here. And so I'm just going to move this over here and get out the one. I'll cut that one out later. I went ahead and cut her out. I'm using these dies by Cat Scrappiness. And we're just going to use a nice little gray card here. So it's gonna match what we're gonna color her with, I think. Use that bone folder and bone folder that up a little bit. So we're gonna do something to this though. So I guess technically we could go ahead and do that. Do I want it in black? I do. I think I've cut two. Y'all know how I do, so I usually cut two of everything, or try to, and in case I mess up. And if I don't mess up, then yay, you know, you have a second one to use, so it works out fine. Sorry about the noise. That is just my little ring things going off. There's a car going by. Okay, so then we're going to just darken it up with some fire brick distress ink. This, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Maybe we're not darkening it up. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't use quite so, well, it is a little maybe. Dark cardstock. This is Cherry Cobbler from Stampin' Up! From back in the day. Do they still sell Cherry Cobbler? Probably not. Their colors change a lot. I am in love with their Real Red and still need to reorder, but I still have some, so I'm okay for now. But at some point I would like to reorder. And but I have a hard time with reds and with certain browns and purples that I like. So when I find one, I kind of really cling on to it, you know. I don't really know if you can see that very well, but it kind of is on there, so whatever. We can add a little black if we need to, but I don't really know if we need to. I don't know. We're going to splatter it and stuff, so I don't think we're going to need to. Okay. Let's get these markers down here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I want her to have some pretty green eyes, because I also want to do a Frankenstein card, right? Like the boy and the girl here. But I don't know. I think his will come next. I can actually go ahead and show you if you're interested. So there's that one. Oh, we just got, hang on, let me check this. We just got a comment on YouTube, so let me see what somebody said here. It is Misty. Hi, Misty. She is talking about my hair fiasco, so if you missed the last video, go check out my hair fiasco. Well, wasn't bad. It's just nothing really happened. So, but I was just talking about trying to get things done for to go back to work, go back to school. I work in the school system, so you pretty much have your time off in the summer to do everything in life. Life stops when you go back. So, okay, focus here. Let's see. So I know it's a little dark. This one's not going to be dark enough if I do, maybe. Let's just test those out for a quick second here. So we can see two, not much darker. That one's a good bit darker. Okay. So I'm going to, all right. I'm just going to do her, oh no. I'm going to do her all over in gray with the C1, okay? And then we'll figure out the rest of it. We'll go in and blend a little or whatever. So I basically want her face, like all through here, lighter. I want some red lips, of course, but yeah. So I know I want gray around there, so I'm going to sort of leave that, just do a little rough color, I guess. And those nice streaks in her hair, but I have gotten a lot done recently. Not as much as I wanted, but you know, I did the doctor thing. That went okay. I feel like I'm on a good bit of medication now, like not, well, my blood thinner, like that's a major med, but she said everything was good. Like my blood pressure's good, my A1C is good, my my cholesterol had come down. I didn't actually start. I'd asked for the cholesterol medicine when I was in the hospital. And I was going to start it, but I just wanted to wait till things settled down and then try it. But I got the blood work, and it's actually lower than what it was in the hospital because I've been trying to do like a little bit better. Just little things, like I'm eating some wheat bread, you know, more veggies, more salads, more chicken, that kind of thing. I'm taking, I don't know, weird things like the cranberry chews, the beet chews. I feel like I'm having a lot of chews. Y'all know the little gummy things, right? But the doctor did, this doctor anyway, put me on vitamin D, which Misty and I had talked about. I think women just need to be on that in general anyway, but she only put me on like 400 milligrams, so I typically have heard of like 1,000 milligrams mainly, so I don't know, but maybe I should ask you, do you think that's like enough for a woman these days or what, or but anyway, we'll see. And she also called me in some folic acid, so I truly don't even really know what that is. She said something about the I'm gonna do that little strip and red, something about it would help because of the blood thinners or something, she thought. So I don't know. I love that lady though. It's only a couple hours away, so it's not as far as the hospital doctors that I need to go see and that kind of thing. But this is not going to be dark enough, I don't think. It's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. Anyway, it's hard to make decisions sometimes when you're sitting here online and you're like, I don't know. But anyway, it sounded pretty good. And then she kind of surprised me when she asked me when my last mammogram was, and it had been a long time. So I did need one of those. And she's like, you want to do it today? I'm like, okay. And she said, let me go see if they can get you in now. And so that was great. Like, you know, yay for boob squishing day. Good times. But on the bright side, and she freaked me out. Oh my gosh. So we went out shopping afterwards, and my phone rang while I was in the Dollar Tree, minding my own business, trying to buy a little Halloween stuff, you know. And the phone rings, and it's the Beckley number, and I just knew it was her. Like, I didn't have their number programmed in or anything, but I just knew it was her. And so I answered. I'm like, oh my God, it must be horrible news, like, for her calling right now. I just left. And but they're just that Johnny on the spot, you know, they're just that awesome, I guess. So she wanted to tell me that my mammogram came back negative, which is like a good mammogram, you know, you don't want it to be positive. So I was excited about that, but after I'd like calmed down from a heart attack. But anyway, and then she already had quite a few of my blood results back. They have like a huge lab there. It's like watching something on a science fiction movie. I could only see, like, I could peek and see part of it back there. And but wow, I was like, geez. So I just thought I was going for blood work to do like this blood study to see if my blood clots were, like, I have a clotting disease or anything, because they, you know, just want to know from my parents and that kind of thing, if anything was hereditary or whatever. No, I didn't. Oh my God, I just colored that gray. That's what you do when you, oh, I don't have another one cut out. It's going to take forever. Okay, what if I went over it in gray? Let's try. Shoot. I do not want that to be red. No. No. Well, it'll be reddish. Darn. Well, she's different. We're all unique and special and different, right? So I tell children. So we're going to embrace that. Poop. But anyway, so I was excited about the mammogram and all the blood results that she was telling me. And they did have to take my blood twice. So I went in, and the guy, he's really good. And he, I'm just going to give this some texture. We'll see. This could be a disaster. Well, if I color over it, maybe it'll seem like texture. That looks awful right now. Okay, we'll fix it. We'll figure it out. Okay. So this will just blend it all right in. It'll be fine. But anyway, so they got it okay the first time. And weirdly, they got it like way up here. Like, okay, this is the end of my arm, right? They got it like right here. Which nobody tried before. Usually they like blow my veins and they roll when they're little, and I have terrible time trying to get blood. But and they didn't have that machine that they had like in the hospital to like find it with the, I don't know, some big tech tool, you know. They can see it in there, and so they didn't have that, which I was surprised because it's such a huge, like, nice place. But anyway, it's like an IV finder or something, a vein finder, you know. So, but that guy got it, and so I was thrilled with that. And he didn't blow the vein or anything. And so I actually got to, let's go that one. I'm just going to leave it like that. I was going to try to make that one with texture too, but I don't know. I can't get the marker on. Okay. But anyway, so I saw the nurse practitioner, who I just adore. She is awesome and great lady, very thorough. And then the doctor came in, and he was okay. I didn't like him quite as much, but it's fine. He's good. I don't know. Well, the doctor told me, he wasn't, I thought I was there, like I said, doing the blood study thing. And I had my regular doctor, because I had just been down there for something else, order just all my regular blood tests, like, you know, with your blood sugar levels and your cholesterol, just like all those normal things, right? And so they did that too. But anyway, he decided he wanted to test for something else. So he wanted them to draw some more, which to me was like, oh my God, you what? And so I was not thrilled with that. But I mean, what are you going to do? You got to do it. And so we went back in there after the mammogram, and so they got some more blood, but because they didn't blow that one, and he said that it was a good vein or something, that we could use that one again. I'm like, are you serious? What is this magic you people speak of? Like, I've normally never experienced that, but that was great. So, but anyway, they can't do the other test or something. I'm supposed to go back. I think it's in October, I believe. And then he'll talk to me about stopping the Eliquis for a couple of days. And to, you know, because I don't want to, like, stop it and have some blood clot or something weird. And I don't know, it makes me a little nervous. But to do the test, because he said it would give a false positive if not. So I don't want that either. And but anyway, and then he started talking about my age. I'm like, ugh. And that I might, it's about time. He's like, well, you know, in a couple of years, you're going to be 50 and you need to, you know, start thinking about a colonoscopy. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not having any trouble, like anything. And he's like, yeah, you just need one for like routine. I'm like, oh, don't know. And so I'm not into that right this second. I'm just going to get through all this stuff for right now, and then I guess I might. Ugh, I hate the thoughts of that. I've taken my boyfriend for them before, and but I don't know. It just doesn't seem very pleasurable. At least all that stuff you got to drink and do, and you know, all the things. So I don't know. But if you know, if I have to, I will. But anyway, like I said, I just basically telling you that because I went to the doctor. I got that all taken care of, at least for a little while. I did not make it to the dentist. That was a bummer. But I'll just have to schedule that during work. I hate taking off for anything, like, you know, that's not absolutely necessary. And but you know, sometimes you gotta do what's good for you. I am gonna I feel like it needs a little of this now that everything else is textured. Okay, you can kind of see some stripes. I think it does add some texture, and it doesn't like look like whatever, like marks exactly, so that's not too bad. All right, so I think I did this one on the face, right? So what is the next down color? This one. But anyway, I got the hair done, sort of. Finally found my black shoes. I was going to do that after the hair, but I was so tired. I just went on to eat. And, so I have the hardest time finding black shoes that are super comfy. Like, I wear them all the time, and I don't know, I want them to be like dressy enough for work, but not like super, you know, not like heels. I can't do, oh my gosh, heels every day would kill me. But you know, just something comfy, because I'm on my feet a lot and doing classes and things like that. And you know, if I'm in my office sitting, talking to students or whatever, that's fine. But I did not realize my job required quite so much teaching. So, but it does. But it's fun. I mean, the kids Kids are great, but they're the best part of the job. It's just all the other craziness. But anyway, okay, I'm just gonna do a light little layer around here as well. I cleaned out my file cabinet. That was like last night at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was working on that, trying to make my last stab efforts at whatever. I wanted to get that bedroom in there cleaned out, and we have 2 beds. We used to have tons of company, and but we don't now, so I think we can just get rid of the twin bed, and so we're talking about that, and just keep the full bed, you know, in there, and so I think it would be fine, but we'll see. But it's partially cleaned out, but everything is not like totally gone. And then y'all know I checked off on my list to get myself a new mattress, which I did, and then my father started talking about that he needed one, and I think it was kind of just because I did in a way, but you know, it does make you think about it and stuff more. And he does have a lot of issues with his neck, hip, back, everything. Like, so I didn't want to have, like, I talked about how nice I thought it was and that I liked it, and then I felt horrible for like not getting him one, and I wanted him to, you know, if I had something nice, I wanted him to have it too. And so I went day before yesterday and got him one, and surprised him with it, which that went over like a box of rocks. He is not love him to death, but he's like me, to be honest. He hates surprises, but he also hates for somebody to spend their money on him and all that. He wants to just do everything himself, and anyway, I like to spoil him sometimes, and he has a hard time with that. So, but eventually, he's like a terrible gift receiver. He'll get all, whatever, but you just have to kind of know that and work through it, and, you know, eventually he loves it, and it's great, but not at first. He will hurt your feelings. So, anyway, we got through the blah, blah, blah part, and he didn't want it, no, blah, 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 you know, terrible idea, all this stuff. He would get it himself. Anyway, and he kept saying he was going to go try mine out this week. All week he did not. I begged him, please go try it out. What do you think about it? Are you going to try it out tonight? What do you think? Da, da, da. You know, like, I wanted to see how he it's like a hybrid mattress of memory foam and the coils, and so. But he wouldn't. So I'm running out of time. Like, I'm on a time schedule here. I've got to get this done. So, because we've got to, you know, move the stuff and put it on the bed and all the things. So, it's on my to-do list if I'm going to do it, right? But, okay. So we're going to have to take a little longer with this. So she's going to be over here. I wish I'd have trimmed that just a little bit more. Actually, you know what? Instead of trimming it, I'll just color it red, and it'll kind of make it disappear. So now, after he's tried it, the next day, I was like, look, if you don't want it, that's fine, but I'm not taking the money or anything for it. Like, if you want me to return it before we get it out or whatever, I will. But you're using the money towards a mattress that you pick out. That's fine. I have no problem with that. And so anyway, then the next day he tried mine out before we unloaded this one and all that. And I stamped these like a million times because I planned on making a million of these, but now I'm like, I don't know. She was kind of hard to cut out, so I stopped at one. Might do some more, we'll see. But, and a few of them messed up right here and right here anyway, so. Okay. I'm just going to cut these apart. But anyway, so once he laid on mine, then he liked it. And so crisis averted there, and he wanted to put it on his bed then. So we did. And because I also wanted to get my old mattress and his mattress, there's like a free dump day in a town nearby that I think it happens maybe at the end of every month or something, but there's a time thing and it was coming up, whatever it is. And so I wanted to make sure we had time to get it out of here, you know, because we don't have anywhere to store that. And so that was another goal of why I wanted to do it, you know, before next week. And okay, let's see here. We'll splatter in a few minutes. Yeah, that's gonna be too long. So every scar we have. Maybe I could do it up there in the moon, y'all think? Alright, makes us who we are. I like this. I do. Pretty much just for the sentiment. I think she's really cool too. She's not too, like, she's not scary for my people that don't like scary. But she's like meaningful or something. She's okay. Should I twist them all? I like that even better, maybe. Okay, and then I'll add some splatter and maybe some gems or something. I feel like this is a little plain. I might have should emboss that around there, but I wanted the jagged kind of look because, like, she's a little harsh, but like yet beautiful, and so I wanted to be kind of like a little edgy, you know what I mean? But anyway, now he absolutely loves the bed. He has bragged to everybody about the bed. Love it, love it, love it. He's got his sister talking to get one, and I think he might have his other sister talking to get one. So I'm like, oh, if only you could have embraced this last night, you know, or the night when I brought it home. Too much to ask. Okay. So let's get a splatter box. Hang on a minute, I can't get to it. Okay. I'm using this Altenew Jet Black splatter that I pretty much always use, I think. Okay. Good enough. And then, you know, there's always things that pop up. Like, I think I'm going to do one thing, just like on Friday, I thought I was going to get a lot of things done and this and that, and then our neighbor called, and he had fallen, and he was laying out in his driveway, so off we go over there, and, you know, he luckily, well, he's not doing well at all, to be honest. It's a long story. He doesn't want to have any assistance whatsoever, doesn't want to go into a home. He won't really, he's close with my father, and he's doing a lot better with me, and he'll let me do some things for him, like pick him up things, or, you know, this or that, and but very independent little fella, and he doesn't want to take anything from anybody, and I don't know, it's, you know how it is, but he will occasionally let my father cook something, not too often. it's a long story, but anyway, he doesn't have anybody or anything, and so, but he hasn't let anybody into his house for, gosh, probably, I think his brother he took care of. He was in a wheelchair and stuff. He passed away, about 18 years ago, maybe. It's been a long time. So I don't think anybody except, well, one time, he still talks about that the Lowe's guy had to come and literally like carry, I can't remember, it was I don't know, hot water heat or something he had to bring, and so they came in. But nobody that he knows or anything has been in his house except for my father for years and years and years. And I don't even try to go in. I don't want to go in. I just drop his stuff at the door. I'm like, here you go, buddy. It's fine with me. But he's gotten much closer to me now, since he's not, been doing quite as well. I feel like he needs that. And I'll talk to him on the phone or this or that, and he'll have me order things for him, and online, or just different little things. So he's warmed up a lot, and he will let me pick him up his very, very detailed orders from what he wants to eat and things like that. But anyway, I feel bad because he doesn't have anybody. But anyway, so we went over and basically picked him up or whatever, and then my uncle came over as well. And my father thinks he can help or whatever, but he really can't, because he's going to pull him down, and he can barely walk himself. So I'm glad that my uncle showed up. But anyway, he didn't really even want for them to come in the door, basically, because my uncle, he'd never been in there. And he doesn't feel like cleaning up, I'm sure the house is a wreck or whatever, but everybody understands that, he's having a lot of dizzy problems and things like that. But, so my father's been taking him to the doctor off and on. But anyway, they couldn't let him go though. So my uncle, he's a preacher, and he's like, look, I know you don't want us to come in. Like, I don't know, but you can't move, buddy. We gotta get you to a chair here. But luckily, he wasn't like hurt, I don't think. No broken bones, at least. Probably should have went to the hospital, but you can't make him, I guess. But doesn't want to go to a home, which, I mean, I guess that's his right, and things. But I don't know. It's hard once you see somebody aging and they need help, but they don't want help, and I don't know. But he lets Dad call to check on him and things, and he'll call him. And so today he went over to mail something for him, and got some bread and things and from the store, and took that over. But I worry that he's not hardly eating anything, and but he just, one of those situations, I guess. But I always like to feed people. Like, I don't know. I feel like food will heal you and make you better. And it would give him strength, I feel like, okay. You know what? Before I glue that down, I know this is like, doesn't really need to be this precise as I'm trying to make it. I've got this little free bag from somebody, Whimsy Stamps. Oh, thank you, Whimsy Stamps. As a little thank you, but it's got like Halloween colors in there. So, little boo ghosts and all the cute little things. I'm looking for something green to pull out her eyes, Should probably keep those out for the male version of this card. Anyway, so we're doing the best we can. He won't, before he wouldn't use a walker and anything like that, and he has so many rugs in the house, he's gonna fall anyway. But so my dad's finally talked him into, when they go to the doctor and things, he'll use it a little bit. And so that, I mean, every little bit, helps, I guess. And but my dad took him over something called a rollator, but it's like he has a larger one, but he had this smaller one, and that suits this guy much better. And so he's using that right now, and he does like that, so that's a really good thing. I am not liking the placement of any of this. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just all that to tell you that, you know, you plan one thing for your day and to knock out a million things, and you're super excited to get your stuff done. But then, like, who can plan for somebody falling? And then it turns into, you know, half a day thing of, you know, making sure they're okay and helping out a little and whatever. So, and the church people across from him would love to help him, but he's the kind of little guy that, like, fusses if, you know, if they park on his grass for a funeral or anything, like anything. So he's kind of a little curmudgeon, you know. So I don't know. He could have a lot more help if he would, you know, be a little better and take it, but he just won't. That's just him. But I don't know. It's a long story. Anyway, moving on. We got decoration day done with the family, and the graves are decorated. I took my leaf blower this time, and I was super excited because it's the first time I've really tried it out. I bought it, like, well, I got it from my dad anyway, so then I paid her back for that part because it came, like, in a bundle with a weed eater and a blower or whatever, because I'd wanted the blower anyway. And again, Dad and his gift, whatever, what was that for? Was it Father's Day? Back that far, maybe? I don't know. For something. But he didn't want to take that or whatever. He wanted to give her some money on it. And I said, well, look, I've been wanting the leaf blower anyway. Let me just give her some money and pay for that part. And then that way. And so he was okay with that. And, but I love the leaf blower. And I think it's going to be awesome for snow because I want to make sure I keep it, like, swooshed away for the dogs to go out and go to the bathroom instead of having to shovel all the time. So I feel like if I catch it early while the snow is, like, not deep, this will work. So, because my little dog, her little belly's, like, not far off the ground, and it's, anyway. So just been doing a lot of those little things, and but overall, glad the health is doing, you know, as best as it can, and glad I got a good mammogram, or finally got the mammogram. And oh my gosh, I saw it. I just talked to the lady in there, and she's like, I've just enjoyed you coming in. And I had told her about this bra that I just saw at Torch. She probably thinks I'm crazy. Online that I was looking at, and it's got, like, two cat heads, like Halloween cats, on the front of, you know, like where your nipple area would be, right on the bra. And so I'm like, kitty titties. And I said, oh, now I've got a reason to celebrate. I'll get me some kitty titties. She's like, oh my God, I want one of those. And anyway, we just laughed. And she's like, you just come on back anytime. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a while before I see you again, but thanks. I've enjoyed it, strangely, in a weird way. But anyway, so I'm going to end with the kitty bra. So check out Torrid if you are interested in it. It really is a cool bra. All right, guys. So, oh my gosh, no way. No way. Forgot to glue those down. Glue them down. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Focus. Did I ever do that? I do sometimes get off of here and think, oh, I could do this or that, and I'll add stuff that's sticking completely to my fingers. Once I get off here and can think, I guess, and then it's hard to think on camera, and I'll add a little more of this or that to the card. But overall, once that squishes down, we should be done. But I gotta have it around here. My Wink Stella, where's that? I add Wink Stella to everything. Y'all know this. Alright, so let's just sparkle her up. Sparkle, baby. So she can, you know, walk in the room and steal the show with that, or I guess Dazzle, the show or whatever. You know, all the pretty girls walk like this. I don't know. What would be her theme song as she walked in, y'all? Alright, so stay tuned. Her fella, green Frankenstein dude, will be up briefly as soon as I get him made. I'm still going to work on it tonight, so okay, I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for hanging out and watching, guys. Bye.